Everything is working. What? I heard a noise. Oh my god, he turned! Hello, my sweet boy. You are free now. Hello. Don't do that, you fucking idiot. I got a full 7 hours of sleep today. For the first time in like weeks, I cleaned my room, I did laundry, I lit some incense, and made some matcha. I am trying to engineer today to be a very good day. If you do like tea, I'm going to offend you if you're a tea person. When I make matcha, I make green tea and I steep it for a really long time and I boil it really hot so that it gets really bitter, and then I take the green tea and add the matcha powder to it so it's even more bitter, because that's how I like it. This is a guy. He was a zombie. I threw some crimson fungus on him and now he's not. You gotta stop jumping off this. You gotta stop. I just found him. I need to... I guess he lives here now, which is fine. This was my house, but maybe I can make him a separate house. Today I want to talk about the reception of matcha and how some of the criticism changed my... Stop falling off of that! Where the fuck are you? He's gonna die. I need to make a warding stone. I want to talk about matcha. I want to talk about the reception of it. Please stop. Why are you being so annoying? I'm going to attempt to do this in a way that isn't so... I'm trying to be a little bit less edit heavy, because if I do that, it'll take me like 2 weeks instead of whatever amount of time it normally does. What am I saying? So this is the appendix for the matcha flavored video. It's later than I wanted it to come out, but I have been a little bit busy trying to do bug tests, and also I've been trying to redesign some things so that, like, what big complaint was silver. It was too difficult to obtain for some people because they didn't know where to look, which is fair enough. Why would you? So I decided to add a dungeon to act as the bastion of the overworld where you could obtain it. And we'll see how that goes. For the past 2 weeks, matcha has been my entire life. I have every day, all I do is I go on to YouTube and I search for, like, buy newest. I search buy newest for whatever matcha videos, and it's such a fun time just watching everyone play it and discover things and become frustrated at certain things. It really does help, because bug reports obviously are very useful, but it's hard to diagnose certain problems when you only get so much information. Obviously some of that's my fault because I'm not doing like a proper bug report form and everything, but where should I put this? Is that gonna burn the floor? You get healed up, mister. Oh yeah, this is my kitchen. I've been working on it. It's pretty cute. Look at I've got a bag of flour up there. I tried to make the sweetberry Danish look like it was 3D. It kind of works, like it's on a little plate. I have my favorite Zettestand painting here. Match, of course, it's in my room in real life. I changed the frame because I thought the orange looked really ugly. So while I'm talking, I think I'm just gonna work on the little house. I've been having a lot of fun just relaxing. Like, I've been building mega builds and everything, and for the video I wanted something a little bit more quaint that reflects my real play style, and this is what I made. I made this in survival. Normally when I'm making videos I make set dressings in creative, but I really just wanted to feel it out and make a little house for myself. Something that, like, I always build in spruce taigas. I always build with brick and with green. It's very much my style. So that's what I did for the video. I'm making little farms. I want to expand it out. None of this is important. I'm just having fun here, guys. But I thought the house turned out well. Let's see. I have notes on my phone for discussion topics because I tend to be very scatterbrained. You can tell, by the way, which flowers I've used for pots, because if I use the flowers in pots, then the textures have been updated, and if I have not used the flowers in pots, then they peek out and they clip through stuff. I think there's like a current texture problem with the cactus or something. I'm gonna have to get to that. I guess we'll try and decorate the bedroom. I'm not sure what I want this to look like yet. And I'm a little bit concerned that I won't be able to do this while I'm talking to you guys. Never, ever, even... Oh, I did want to melt down my gear. Although I will lose my reach, but I think that's okay. I want to... Let's actually gear up. Let's do that as the goal for today. Hey, guy. Can you be a grindstone? I guess I'll melt these down. I only have reach, but I'm fine with that. Bye, boots. What am I gonna do? You can put bundles in bundles? That's ridiculous. So it has been a blast watching the matcha stuff. I love seeing the different reactions to the villages, because some people understand the kind of cultural background I'm coming from, and the references I was making.
Okay, Duncan, Penny, we need to make a pact.
Fuck?
What?
I'm not touching that. That's cursed. That's cursed.
Where are you?
That's gotta be cursed. This house.
This one?
This
Okay.
house right here. This house.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is that?
I'm taking it with us.
You're dooming us.
So some people, when they see the cyan rose, are like, oh my god. But most people are like, what the fuck is this? Why is this useful?
Yeah, it's weird how the music just stopped. It's kind of ominous. Oh, there's a chest. Cyan rose, that's the only thing. That's kind of... well, it matches my skin. Is this for me? Wonder what this means.
Need to change this. I've seen a lot of people confused about the anvil texture. So I finally just had to put it in the patch notes that I do it so that I can build with the anvils, like, so that you can have a stone texture when you're building. It's really good for, like, arches and stuff. I enjoy it. I've been, so whenever they get damaged, I just put them in a chest, because they're quite expensive and can take time to damage, so... They look super nice. I need to find an excuse to use them. Whoops. I need to find an excuse to use them, because I haven't yet. So, first of all, the pack was not nearly as ready as I thought it was when I first made it, which was very embarrassing, because... I don't know, I think because of my editing style and the fact that, you know, I have a background in graphic design and all that nonsense, it makes people come away with the assumption that I am far more competent than I am. And I think in this case it really bit me in the ass, because while I think that I'm pretty good at editing and graphic design and things like that, I'm not good at coding because I've never done it before. I've never really... I mean, I've done it as like a pastime sort of situation, but nothing crazy. I've been struggling to keep up with demand in that way because I don't really have like social media or anything. I tend to stay away from that stuff, and everyone is trying to reach out to me to help with GitHub stuff, and I really want to do that, but right now I've just been kind of heads down focused, and it's been very stressful, and it's been very rewarding at the same time. Do you see what I'm saying about me not being able to talk while I'm doing this? It's true. So, you know, it's been a bit of a journey. I need regular leather boots. But it's been fun. It has been fun. I think I'm gonna finally replace the leather with bronze boots, because I think that would be fun. Does feather falling go up to 4 or 3? I think it goes up to 4. I need feathers. So reaction to the matcha video was pretty mixed, especially because I hate myself, and instead of sorting by top comments, I will just sort by newest, because I want to give everyone a chance when I'm reading comments to, because there's a lot of hidden gems that happen, like especially with the lesser viewed videos, like the diaries. Sorting by newest is always really fun, because I get to see all of these people talk about stuff, and it's just really rewarding. It's been a shit show for the matcha video though, because it's gotten so much attention, and because I think people's expectations are so high that it's been a little bit, it's been pretty bad. I've been watching Flowstate because he was playing the pack. I also really like his vibes. He has this mastery of Ma that is kind of lost. I try to incorporate that into my work when I'm making videos and things, but I have noticed that in general, people usually describe that as like having, it's like slower paced, or it's like cozy, blah blah blah. But obviously I'm like a Studio Ghibli head, even though I've only watched like 2 of their movies. But yeah, that concept of Ma, I think, is really important for all media. I don't have Zephyr! And I think he does a really good job at, with that, rather, so I wanted to give him a shout out. And also, I've noticed that, like, he has a mod that lets you sort your items into nearby chests, and it looks so useful. Like, I've been having to worry about the copper golems, and the thing is, the copper golems aren't very reliable, unfortunately. So I've been wondering about that and trying to... Where are my chimkins? Hello, everybody. This is overcrowded. I need to make more space for the animals, especially the sheep. Yay!
What the hell? When did you get it?
There's the cat's in my room. My sister has a cat, and I don't get along with cats very well because they cause me to die. Oh guys, I made a texture for the hammer for Jake's build tools. If you want me to put this in there, let me know. I accidentally moved over the entire data pack on like the first launch, but I do have this texture that I could add to the pack. It's very pretty, I think. Oh, that'd be cool if I had a 3D model. I need to add a 3D model for the mace. I hear you. I'll let you out. Go ahead. I didn't know you were in here. This is why I'm making the house, by the way, so that I can get rid of this crappy farm. It's sad because first of all, it doesn't make sense to grow something out here in the tundra. And secondly, it's ugly as hell. There was a video that was kind of criticizing Matcha. I thought it was really good. Or at least it was very fun to watch. It was good, it was good. I'm not saying it was bad. Sorry. I need to be more clear in my speech here. I thought it was pretty useful for me because while there's obviously certain disagreements I have with, for example, a big complaint that I've been getting is that the Nether is too dark. And I completely understand why people think that, and I agree with it to a degree. However, I really like dark nethers. I really like how it looks. So that's not something that I want to... Oh, I moved all the food. That's right. So it's important when I'm listening to feedback to distinguish between what someone's taste is and what's actually good criticism. So, for example, a lot of people were upset by the fast zombies. I like the fast zombies, but I recognized that there was a problem there. And I was trying to think of what that was and why I liked the fast zombies in the first place. And I think that was really important. Not just, oh, I like it, so I'm leaving it, but why do people like the fast zombies and why do people not like the fast zombies? And I came to the conclusion that fast zombies currently occupy 2 different niches. They occupy the... I forgot there are bees under here. They occupy the striker and tank niche, and I wanted to try and separate those 2 out. But I wanted to maintain the reasons for the reasons people like the zombies. From what I saw, from watching Flowstate, from watching a lot of other smaller YouTubers, and from my own personal experience, the reason people liked the fast zombies is because it made nighttime scary, and it made the game a little bit more difficult. So I had to come to the conclusion that zombies needed to be tweaked. They needed to be tweaked in such a way that made them more interesting to fight. Now, I don't know if I fully succeeded on that because I haven't really had time to play test it myself. I've been worried primarily about getting patches out, and that means that the quality decreases. And part of that is because I have no experience with this stuff, and being put on such a public platform so quickly really does kind of mess with me. I don't mean public platform as in YouTube, I mean my data pack being so publicly available and so many eyes on it really does mess with my ability to think about this stuff and to do it well. I really don't like that this guy is in my house. Oh yeah, look, I updated the emoji so that it actually is half a heart instead of the weird heart with the dot. I thought that was pretty cute. Where are my village? I think they're in by Stonewall. Let's take a trip down there. We're at Stonewall, and I just realized that I actually had villagers at the igloos, and I forgot about that. I think I used brick anvils here, or maybe I took it down. I was trying to show off the anvil textures, but they're not here. I lied. Oh, I decreased the particle amount. I guess I forgot to move that file over. I'm gonna have to do that. It's just too much. It's too much. We got chickens. Oh yeah, look, I found a horse. I named him Horse so he wouldn't despawn. He was burning and I saved him from death. I messed up their face so that they have weird eyes. People do not like the dogs, but I think they're so cute. Look at him. He's so stupid. Where is the villager? I think they're in here. I never put them down. Okay. All right. Oh, there's a baby. Hey, guy. I guess I wanted him to be a farmer, but he takes 3 hours to grow up, so I gotta wait. Need to make a house for him. I was gonna make him the garden keeper here, for the garden. Why am I talking about this? Okay, so criticism, blah blah blah. I don't know how effective the changes were. I should bring Achilles with me. Come on. Come here. Come here. I should change his fit to the classic look. The classic black. I put him in orange because we were in the tundra. And you know how, like, you wear orange in like, Arctic weather so people can see you and stuff? Get in the boat. Get in it. No! Oh, do y'all want, should I make the minecarts in Matcha go fast? I didn't because I thought people who did redstone would be upset. He's going so fast. I made them really fast. Oh my god, he's gone. He's dead, he's dead. Baby! Baby! There he is. I brought your brother. Boop! Oh, he also complained in that video about the lack of silver. That it was really hard to obtain. Flowstate also said something similar at one point. Now, when I've been playing, I haven't really minded not having access to silver because I thought of it more as a luxury. But I think for a lot of people, they just really kind of want that endgame stuff. So I thought, you know, let's make it a little bit more accessible and have something like that for the... I keep fucking forgetting what I'm doing. Now, the Abbey was actually not added for its silver purpose. That was later decided after I heard that feedback, and I thought, okay, well, if they want more access to silver, I'm not really interested in changing the way that the ore generates. But I do think that a new structure might be fun. And since I was already working on the Abbey, I thought, well, why not just make it so that the Abbey has silver as well? We'll see if that design is successful as well. I'm not entirely sure because I haven't been able to playtest it. I think from now on, I've learned my lesson. I really hate releasing so many little patches so quickly in succession, especially because it's supposed to be like a full release. Now, I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier, but I should have just released them as pre-releases or something similar, right? Snapshots, essentially, so that I could get bug feedback, but people wouldn't feel pressured to update immediately. I didn't do that because I've been so overwhelmed and stressed out trying to get stuff done that I didn't really think about the I didn't have time to stop and think about like, okay, well, what's like the best way to do this from a UX perspective? Instead, I was thinking, oh Jesus Christ, I need to get this done as quickly as possible. Ow. I also find it really interesting, watching Wax especially is very fun because he plays Minecraft very differently from me. And you might have seen it, we did like I hung out with him and Joe Sax for a bit on a server. We were doing an Abby playtest.
That was impressive, actually.
I got.
Oh no! I
glitched
punched the
back up.
dog.
You bastard!
Really fun. And I just realized, like, while we were playing, how differently he plays from me. Because in the time that I was, like, getting ready to go venture out for iron, you know, he'd already been to 2 trial chambers, so it's very fun seeing that. And I watched him on stream the other day kind of break the matcha enchanting system such that he could combine everything into a god sword. Now, my target demo is obviously not someone who... See, look, this is how much silver I have. I have 2 pieces of silver. I don't think my target demo are the kind of people who would be interested in that, so I'm kind of putting it on the back burner. But I do think it's interesting because he approaches this game very differently than I do, which is fun. There was also some criticism that I received that I have largely... not ignored, but I've just decided these things are not... something I'm interested in changing. Like the heart system, a lot of people have said that it's too easy, right? It makes the game too easy if you can just keep all your stuff. I like it that way. I like it being easy. I don't want to be stressed out. If I die, I don't want to have to travel all the way back to where I died. I like dying. I think the punishment of being sent back is enough. And I don't think it needs to be anything more than that. But that's a matter of taste, right? So, but I understand. I still haven't finished my feather mission. Oh, I don't even know if I have wind charges. I think we have to go to a trial chamber now. There's balance. Whoops. Oh, God damn it. I hate the goddamn essentials. That's gonna be annoying when I'm switching to that key. That's fine. What is this? Oh my god. I love Wax, and I'm such a Luddite. I'm like, I just can't stand these, like, fancy new tools. So the criticism of the hearts was a little bit something that I wasn't worried about. However, with all criticism, there's always some truth to it, and I think that's important for us to think about when we're designing things. And I do think that there is valid criticism in the idea that he was saying essentially in the video that he wasn't interested in engaging with the heart system. Now, my first thought was, that's okay. You don't have to be interested in engaging in that system. I don't mind. His proposed solution was to make it so that... This isn't the entrance. To make it so that you could have it so that you lose certain things upon death that you have to go retrieve. But my issue with that was that I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to go back after I beat something, right? Like, I just... If I die, I'd prefer to just stay there, right? I don't want to worry about it. But I recognized that there was something there. There was a reason that he felt that way. And my idea to not entirely fix it for necessarily him in particular, or them in particular, but was I realized that maybe the heart system was a little bit too expensive. It was too inaccessible. And so if I made it so that you had to use diamond blocks, then not a lot of people would try to make hearts. So I thought maybe if we made it cheaper, then more people would engage with it and have a more fun time losing and gaining hearts back. So that's what I did. And we'll have to see again if that design works, because I'm not entirely sure if it will, or if I'll need to do something different. But that's kind of, I think, like, something that you can kind of take away from this. And keep in mind, I'm not like an experienced designer or anything. I wouldn't even call myself a designer in the first place, a game designer in the first place. But I do think it might be important to pay attention to... Players will ask for certain things and they will propose certain solutions, but that doesn't always mean that that's the correct answer. And if someone's having a problem, that doesn't necessarily mean that their problem that they are claiming is actually the problem. Or rather, that it might not be the best to address that problem directly. And you just have to consider it from different angles. If someone says, the zombies are running too fast, right? You want to try and approach that from every angle as possible. Because yes, perhaps the zombies are running too fast, but maybe they actually just do too much damage, or maybe the players need earlier access to shields, right? There are multiple answers, multiple correct answers to one problem, and we can't just solve all of that with one thing. Or you can't entirely trust that the players know exactly what they want. This isn't just true of like players, but any audience in general. Audiences famously don't always know what they want. I learned this lesson very early when I was, not very early, but when I started making videos, I started asking people like, hey, what would you prefer to watch, XYZ? Now, the issue I would find out is that just because people claimed that they wanted to see something does not mean that that would be reflected. Anatomy of the Dead was a really popular topic at the time, right? But it turns out people didn't really want to watch it. And that was the lesson that I had to learn, is that the audience doesn't always know what they want. And perhaps what the audience wants more than anything is just me. Maybe they're just interested in the stuff that I have to say, or maybe they're interested in my work, or maybe not. I don't know. It's just something to think about, something that I've been thinking about recently as well. I've been having to balance these complaints and these compliments in my head, trying to figure out what the best solution to any given problem is. And that is a very fun process, but it's also been very stressful because it got a lot of attention. A lot of attention that I wasn't really able to keep up with. And I think people have expectations. Like I said earlier, people had expectations of me that I just couldn't meet. It makes me really appreciate Mojang. Like, obviously, I already have like a lot of respect for the designers and the people who work there, because I actually really love this game. Despite my criticisms, I really, really love this game. And I think it's very easy to dismiss them as these kind of corporate jockeys, XYZ. You know, and to an extent, I do agree. Obviously, being beholden to corporations like Microsoft can really put a damper, I think, on the work that these people are trying to do. But I do think that they are doing good work, and I don't like this. I don't like this recent cultural moment where people are just hating on Mojang for simply, I don't know. I think of it as silly reasons. I think that the recent updates that they have been doing are amazing. I'm sorry, but it's really good stuff that they've been putting out there. And I don't agree that they aren't doing a good job, and I don't agree that they aren't trying, because I do. Ooh, I had a shulker box of a bunch of different music discs, and I lost them all. I've been collecting for so long. Oh, sharpness 5, that's cool. Probably won't use that though. I like Smite. But I really do enjoy getting feedback. I like watching people play, and the most fun that I'm having, and also a big criticism, is that the advancements are too confusing. That basically everything is too confusing, that nothing is spelled out enough. And I'm sorry, I don't agree. I really enjoy, especially at the beginning, no one had a wiki, no one knew what they were doing, and they were all struggling to figure out what was expected of them. And I loved that. I loved watching them figure it out, because it was like a puzzle that they were partaking in. And how fun is that, man? Like, I'm sorry, that's awesome. Hello. Have I done you before? Do you want this? Are you sure? Fine. One thing that did break my heart, though, a big mistake that I made, and I realized a little bit too late, was the use of the term casual player. I chose that word to contrast with the word technical. Now, I think a lot of people have a different idea of what the word casual means, and I did watch a video, it kind of broke my heart, where this person was playing Matcha, and they were obviously a casual person, right? They'd never played Java before, this was their first time, and the zombies were just too much for them. It was very frustrating, and I saw that and immediately thought, it broke my heart, because they were frustrated, they weren't having a good time, and I could tell. And that is the biggest failure that I could have, is specifically because I made a promise that I didn't uphold, and that really hurt. So as soon as I saw that, I knew that I had to make changes to the zombies and everything, but I didn't want to get rid of why some people really liked it, which was that the zombies were more difficult, right? Which is why I introduced the kind of game mode thing. So if you don't know, I added something in the pack, so you can't see it because you can't see chat on my screen. But essentially, I made it so that the game scans the world, and as it's scanning, it detects the difficulty level, and it'll change the mob modifications depending on what that difficulty mode is. I did that specifically because of that one player that I watched who was becoming frustrated. I did it for them and for everyone like them, because I don't want to have that happen again where someone who is used to kind of an easier, more relaxed thing have to combat with that. So I hope that fixes it, because I do think that all of the other tweaks to the resource economy and things like that would work for casual players. Casual is in capital C casual. And I think my main mistake was that. But because I did add that difficulty support, I feel a lot less inclined to change my descriptions and things, because I do stand by that now and say that yes, it is actually for those kinds of people as well. And I tried to make it very clear also obviously in the chat log whenever you log onto the world, and also in the description of the mod or data pack, to show people that if this is too hard for you, then that's fine. There is a reason. Make sure you set your game mode to easy. My voice is starting to give out. And we've done no building. Oh, I found another feather. That's nice. But yeah, it's been fun. I'm less concerned about balancing the game for people like Wax as I am concerned about balancing the game for people like Flowstate. Not because I hate Wax, the opposite. It's just that Wax is not in my primary demographic. He's not they are not who I'm making this for, right? So when I hear criticism from someone like Flowstate, I'm a lot more inclined to listen than if I hear from Wax. That sounds bad when I'm saying it out loud. What I mean is, Wax was able to make god weapons by essentially breaking some of the enchantment systems in Matcha. Now, that's not great. However, I'm not overly concerned with fixing something like that right now. But if someone like Flowstate were to break the system by doing the same thing, then I would be a lot more concerned, because I would say, uh-oh. Like, my primary demo, the people who I'm most worried about, are finding this system too easy to break. They're optimizing a level of fun out of the game. Then I would put that a lot higher on the priority list as things to work on, if that makes sense, right? I also don't have any fragments because I've been afraid to fight the Wither. So I'm kind of broke. Oh, fuck, I need the Zephyr enchantment. I need a Hyacinth. I should have some. The problem when I do videos like this is that I completely forget everything that I'm going to No, I need one more feather! Oh my god. Chickens. Chickens, come back. Also, interesting, watching Wax stream allowed me to realize that an enchantment that I was going to get rid of, Riposte, which essentially knocks you back when you hit someone, I thought it wasn't that useful, and I was like, I'll just get rid of it and replace it with something else. And then he proceeded to do some mad PvP stuff where there's some tech called jump resetting or something, and when he was doing it in stream, I realized that you could essentially just keep landing crits really quickly together by using the Riposte 2 enchantment, and that made me feel really good because I realized, okay, maybe it's more useful than I thought. That being said, there's still a lot of changes I want to make. I buffed Shakudo, but I need to go through and buff some of the weapons, especially the blocking weapons, because let's see, what does balance do? I really like balance. It's very slow. Wait, is it? Uh-oh, this might be an outdated version. This is very quick, isn't it? It is. Anyways, I need to go through and change some of the weapon balances to make sure everything is working better. I added the hyacinth because I wanted particularly to have this enchantment here with the Elegy of Hyacinthus. Apollo, Hyacinthus, and Zephyr, the love triangle to end all love triangles. Now, yes, I'm aware Hyacinthus was like 16 or something, but listen, when I first heard that story, that was the first time I'd ever been exposed to like queer men in media of any kind, because I was very young when I heard about that story. Maybe like, I don't know, like 11 or so. I was really into Greek mythology at the time. And so learning that, you know, one of my favorite characters from that, Apollo, was actually queer, I was like, oh my god, what? I'm not broken? There are other people like me? It was really important. So I decided to commemorate them here. I did that with a lot of the blessings and the enchantments. A lot of the... I tried to reference a variety of cultures. Obviously, Luban, if you're not familiar with him, he was like he's like the Chinese Icarus, I think. I don't know too much about him. I just know that he invented like the trebuchet or something, and he invented the trebuchet and like some sort of grappling hook. I don't quite remember. And I wanted to try and get more of a variety of cultures represented. I like the idea that the mouthpiece, the villager that trades in the religious texts, I like the idea that all of these religions are pointing to something, and in this world they were all pointing to the dead god in some way, somehow. I just think that's really neat. I need more purple. Villages apparently are another hot take, so I guess I'll make it clear. I hate villages. I do not like villages in Minecraft. I think they... I can explain why, but I'm interested to hear your reasons as to why that is incorrect. And I'm not joking about that, I'm being serious, because a lot of people seem to be upset by the lack of villages. And they keep reporting it as a bug. So let me explain my reasoning for lack of villages. I took out villages because I think that villages are... I think villages incentivize the player to, instead of building a house, to find somewhere else to live, to have the house built for them, a base built for them. And I think it does a couple of things. I think it disincentivizes players from building their own bases, but I also think that it causes... I don't know how to explain this. Like, it makes it so that... I think part of the vibe of Minecraft is that it is cozy, but it's also this dead and abandoned world. Now, I started playing in, like, right after the adventure update is when I started playing, I think. And are you gonna come get me, guy? During that time, I didn't know that villages were in the game. And when I found my first village, I remember this very clearly. I was boating down a river. I was just exploring for the fun of it. Up until that point, all I had seen were abandoned mine shafts and these mysterious strongholds that... Come up here, guy. Come on. And it was this weird and abandoned world. And I saw a light down the river as I was coming, and I thought, that's weird. It looks kind of like a house. And as I got closer, I realized that it wasn't lava, but it was a house. And I immediately just was like blown away. And this was before villager trading was even implemented. So I went up to these weird people that were inhabiting this village. I saw an iron golem, and they were living their own lives separate from mine. And there was no mechanical benefit at that time. There were no farms. There was no... there was nothing I could get from them. They were just living there. Like this world, I wasn't alone in it. And that was a really cool feeling, because it made the world feel big. However, since the village changes were added, since villagers became so much more useful, it doesn't feel like it makes the world bigger. It feels the opposite to me, because these villages are not just something that exists there, right? Apart from you. It's not made... The original villages felt like they were not made for you. They were just another part of this world. And now villages feel like they are entirely made for you. They're made for you to raid, for you to pillage, for you to ruin everyone's life there. You're supposed to take their crops, you're supposed to steal from them. And I don't like that. I want people to care about the villagers. And I want the world to feel bigger. And having something like that that's designed specifically for you, it just makes the world feel smaller to me. So getting rid of I originally got rid of villages entirely. I made it so that they didn't even spawn at all. But as a last minute thing, I thought it would be fun to reference Mogster's, the last beta player. I like watching Mogster, he's pretty cool. Introduced to him through Dialco, who I also love. Dialco is one of my faves. I just wanted to kind of bring back the horror that old Minecraft tended to have, because I think that is the perfect vibe of Minecraft, is this like weird mix of horror in a dead world and also just like this really cozy cooking kind of thing. That's what Matcha's about. It's about this weird mix of bitter and sweet, right? I saw a comment that was like, Matcha's a really good name for this because some people love matcha and some people hate it. And I'm like, yes, that is perfect. That is exactly true. I'm not sure if I raided here before. I want to check if there's any blaze spawners. Normally, these places are fine to see in, but I have my windows open, so I can't see shit. And I like it that way. Listen, it's been a very long time, I think, in this video. I'm not sure how engaging it is. Hopefully not so, because if that's true, if in fact we've reached the point where no one is watching anymore, then that means it's a great time to talk about Discord. So, as some of you know, I don't really mess around with social media too much. I tend to stay off of that stuff. It's gonna make me sound like a cuck. For my mental health? Fucking gross. Whatever. Gay. Get over it. But, also, I do that specifically because... Oh, I'm on fire. I tend to get... do that because I tend to get overstimulated because I'm a little pussy baby. And that's just something that I found to help me be a little bit more focused, stay a little bit more in touch. I needed gold actually really badly. However, I do think that all of you guys deserve a place to meet up and talk and things like that. So I talked about this in the members only video. I need to rename that video actually. Anyways, I talked about this in there. I was like, if you guys already have a Discord or something, let me know so that I can link to it. Now, I do want your by when I say that, I mean email me a link or whatever. And I said in that video as well that I'm more likely to listen to or to trust people who whose names I recognize, who've been commenting for a while, who have been members of this channel for a while. Because again, I don't have it, so I can't really like vet it in a way, and I don't really have any interest in doing that either. I've never been to this fortress. In my world, the first thing I went to was a bastion to get nether wart, not this place. I also need to get on GitHub. Apparently, it makes bug testing or something easier. Not bug testing, sorry. Like, it helps people edit the files and things like that. So I need to look into research and figure out how to do that. I used GitHub very briefly in university when I was working in bio. For a bio lab, but I mean, to be honest, we mostly just use I don't know what it's called. It's like a bash or something, kosh thing that you use on computers, like the console. And I think it was through GitHub but we used that as the interface. But yeah, everyone's been upset, not literally, but like people have been wanting to implement code changes and they haven't been able to do that easily because apparently I don't have GitHub. Let me remind everyone that I have no background in computer science, so it's my fault. Look at this! Look at my particles I put for the sulfur. Isn't that cute? I've not seen anybody comment on that, and I think it's the dopest shit. I didn't really get to decorate my house, but I think building takes a lot more brain power for me than looting and killing things. Ow. Alright, well I got 10 pearls. Is it 12? Is that enough, you think? Whoa, I was supposed to die. Oh my god, I have so much shit. We're gonna finish this episode by me getting all of my gear back up. I farmed leather from some zombie pigmen because they kept... Oh, I guess I kind of showed off accidentally the new build that I'm working on. For Dakota, of course. I've been working on something for her. You might have seen it. That video will come out at another time. I thought I would release it next, but it turns out I'm too fucking sad. So I don't want to talk about it because it makes me cry like a little baby. Like a little baby. Oh, I only have one book. No. Oh, this is an old Psyche's tablet. So that's busted. That's cool. I'll use that one. I will say Flowstate, watching Flowstate has been really helpful because I've been able to get a lot of good ideas as well. Obviously Wax was useful, but I've already talked about how useful Wax was. Flowstate gave me the idea to make cheap bookshelves. I thought that was a really smart idea because he said because enchanting is removed, or they said because chanting is removed, it's not really as useful as it used to be. Which is entirely correct, so they should be cheaper. And I did that. Alright, I think the armor's good enough. And it's so much faster now. Oh, that's a little bit too fast. Let's go hang out with Achilles. I will keep the Talaria as a memento. What's this? Oh, Hepatizon, that's right. I'm hopefully going to take a break from the pack soon so that I can have some time to myself. I want to work on more videos. It's been way too long since I've talked to you guys. I was looking back and it had literally been 2 months because that was the last Appendix video that I released. It was 2 months ago, which is crazy. Why is the XP still there? That's concerning to me. That should be gone. An endless amount of bugs, to fix. Scoot straw, paper, there we go. Working on mega builds has been very fun, but I really... Achilles! Why are you in hell? Come on. Go up. Buddy. Come on, bud. Oh, I need to get your outfit! Oh my god. Buddy boy. Oh. Oh, you look so cute. What about white? Nah, that's too much. Whoops. There you go. So cute. Don't go in there. Oh, there's the trash sack. Okay. Alright, cool. Well, I got my armor updated. A little bit too fast, especially for in here, but that's okay. I can just take off some stuff. Always sleeping. I should leave him be. Well, I can do the important stuff another day. Stop opening the doors, Achilles. You're scaring me. Stop it. Well, we didn't do much of anything today, did we, guys? That's okay. Oh, I should probably be clear. I did not kill pigs for these pork chops. I killed hoglins for them. Buddy, get off the counter. Okay, guys, I think we're good. I think this is the end. Thank you for hanging out with me. I gotta figure out... I've been trying to breed these foxes up so that they'll stop running away from me, and then we can have foxes running around the area. I thought that'd be cute. Baby boy. I ran out of dinosaur chicken nuggets. I ate all of them. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to eat. I want pho, actually, I think. That's weird. I definitely want pho. Where are you? Get inside! Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for joining me.